川忠明だな。
大河ドラマみたいね。
Hello everybody, Jim here with the exchange rate up there please. Cause look at this, an entire corner of Trader is nothing but these PS2 games. So we're gonna have a looky-see at some of the stuff they have in stock and what the prices are. As you can see here, the prices not too shabby for some of the stuff. A lot of it under 10 bucks. PS2 console, lots of games out in the wild. Prices are pretty good. This cool East Collection box set put out by Taito, apparently. It's 50 some odd bucks, I think, but it's the PS2 version of East 3, and then there's a bunch of other stuff in there, which I still have not played any of the PS2 East games. What I would like to, though, just because I have gotten more into the East series as of late. Vampire Darkstalkers Chronicles for $36.80, and that's got just all the Darkstalkers games in it, which I think now are with that Street Fighter like 35th anniversary thing they just put out. They've got all those Darkstalkers games in there, so that's pretty cool. Eco, classic game for the PS2. Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, just a great couple of games. Artanelico, I'll say right off the bat, there is some stuff here on the PS2. Lots of this stuff with like a lot of anime on the cover. Some of the dating sims and things. I won't know what that is. Ashita no Jo. I almost said Hajime no Ippo. This is Ashita no Jo, another boxing manga and anime converted into a game, which I have not played any of the Ashita no Jo games, but I did play Hajime no Ippo. And here we have Akumajo Dorakura, Curse of Darkness, which I do like a lot. I like both of the PS2 Castlevania games. They're not the best games in the series, but I do find them to be quite enjoyable. Here by Irem, R-Type Final. Fantastic game, which, you know, a misnomer because R-Type Final 2 is available on, although it is also allowed. It's allowed. You're allowed to play that game. But it's also available. So R-Type Final 2. Which kind of cancels out the whole Final thing. But again, we got a bunch of Ace Combat games. That's cool. Some anime covers. And then something I really like. SVC Chaos for $32.80. Great game. On the back we have Kyo versus Ryu. And on the front, my two faves. Kin and Terry Bogard. Facing off. Staring each other down. And I like that a lot. But yeah, that's an amazing game. Love it. I like the SNK redesigns of some of the Capcom characters. I think that's very cool. What else do we got here? Some Gunslinger Girl. I don't think I've played any of those. Capcom Fighting Jam. I don't think that's anyone's favorite Capcom fighting game. Just a bunch of characters from a bunch of different Capcom fighting series trying to bring in their own gameplay styles from their respective games. Just not so great. This one, just one of the many Kamen Rider games on the PS2. And when I say many, I mean many. There are quite a lot of them. I think I've played like 2 of them, and they were pretty cool though. And this, simply titled Castlevania. It is Lament of Innocence. Funny enough, to my knowledge, this is the only game in the series that's actually called Castlevania in Japan. All the rest of them have the Akumajo Dracula title. And then there's the one lone Castlevania. Gradius 3 and 4. Which is just fantastic. I love the Gradius series. Gradius 3 is my favorite, so that's nice. For like $4.80, you can pick up King of Fighters Maximum Impact. Another one of those where I don't think that's anyone's favorite King of Fighters games. That's just a series maybe didn't need to go 3D. Here we have some Sakura Wars stuff and some Shikigami no Shiro, which is also very cool. The Castle Shikigami games, really fun shoot-em-ups, bullet hell shooters, I guess you could say. Lots of characters to choose from, and just really great character designs, art designs, all that good stuff. Some of these Sengoku Basara games, which what were those called when they had their English release? I think the second game was not released in North America, at least, and neither was the 2D fighter, which I like a lot. Tales of Destiny, which I guess it got a re-release on the PS2. That's pretty cool. Actually, that was my first Tales game when I played it on the PS1. And it was fantastic. It was my introduction to that series. Kind of my introduction to action RPGs, actually. Some King of Fighters games here, including the Orochi Saga, which includes 3 different games, so that's pretty cool. And just some good artwork here on some of these games, as we have KOF 2000 and some of the Ultimate Match games. They made like multiple versions of the Ultimate 2002 Ultimate Match, and then or Unlimited Match. I'm sorry, I think was it 94 was Ultimate Match. There's too many different types of matches. I can't keep all this like filed in my head. 2003 fun game introduced the tag system, I think, where you would just tag in and out, and then KOF 11 for only $12.80. That's been my favorite for a long time. I really like KOF 11. Great gameplay, great roster of characters, and lots of just tagging in and out. Fun stuff. There's some Silent Hill, some Samurai Spirits for you. Plenty of those. And then here, this is pretty cool. Japan exclusive JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind for only like 700 and some odd yen. Pretty cool game by Capcom. 3D action game, and I remember reading about it in magazines back in the day. It was scheduled for a North American release, and then it just never came to fruition, unfortunately. The Street Fighter Zero collection, which is awesome. Street Fighter Zero, I guess that's probably my favorite series of Street Fighter, or Street Fighter Alpha, if you prefer. Street Fighter Alpha 3 being my favorite Street Fighter game, probably my favorite 2D fighter of all time, actually. We got some Sega Ages 2500, is that like Bonanza Brothers or something? Some Virtua Fighter 2, some other stuff, some Tetris. So we have a bunch of the Sega Ages games all together. And that's cool. I like playing those because you get to play the original versions of those games, and then updated versions as well. The Zero series, aka Fatal Frame. Great game. Some of my favorite horror games ever, actually. And Tekken 5, my favorite Tekken game. A game I played religiously a long time ago. Me and my friends used to have little Tekken tournaments at my house. It was a lot of fun. One of the Fate games, Stay Night. I don't know anything about the Fate games other than... which one was it? There's a fighting game. There's a Fate fighting game. Unlimited Codes. That's what it is. I played the hell out of that game. Never played another Fate game in my life. We've got some of the Dragon Ball Z games here. Which these are actually the Budokai games. So Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z 2. I like the second one. It went to the, the cel-shaded art style. And it had that like little board game story mode thing, which was pretty cool. So I liked that second game. Of course, the third game was awesome. Tenkaichi Budokai, all that stuff. There was Geo Battle Coliseum, some of the Biohazard games here, which are pretty damn cool. Even though I myself am not such a huge Biohazard fan these days, I do love some of the earlier Resident Evil games. We got Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition. Again, amazing game. Comes with that sweet anime. The Bouncer, super cheap. That game's more of just like a tech demo, really. We have Gekka no Kenshi 1 and 2, aka Last Blade 1 and 2. Very cool. Battle Stadium DON, which if you don't know, is like Smash Brothers, but it's got Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto characters. So that's pretty cool. That is a pretty fun game. Or if you're into your slots, we got some Evangelion slots here. I'm mostly gonna be playing the slots. Because when I boot up the PS2, I'm like, the hell with all this, I want slots. There you are, hey, Fate, Unlimited Codes. The only Fate game I've ever played. Really good fighting game, though. If you've never tried it, I would recommend Fate, Unlimited Codes. We also have some Mad Maestro, Bleach. There are a bunch of Bleach games on the PS2. They're all super cheap. So if you're a Bleach fan, you can just pick up a whole mess of games based on your beloved anime series, and you won't pay very much. Actually, a lot of the stuff we've been looking at here, I haven't really been calling out too many prices, but most of this is priced pretty good. $22.80 for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, one of the best 2D fighters ever made. And it's like 20 bucks, maybe just under 20 bucks. It's not too bad. Metal Slug 3, my favorite Metal Slug, mind you, and that's like 780 yen. It's super cheap. They also have Metal Slug 4 and Metal Slug 5. Metal Slug 5, the most expensive at $14.80, so that's probably in the neighborhood of like 11 and a half, 12 bucks, and the other two are under 10 bucks. Probably closer to like 6 bucks for those. And that's one hell of a deal. And then we have the Melty Blood games here. Act Cadenza, really good game. Again, it's like a $10 game. Really fun 2D fighter. I've never played kind of the visual novel games these are based off of, but I do love these Melty Blood fighters. And then they also have the sequel, or maybe just like the update, and that's $39.80. But holy hell, is it a damn good game. Melty Blood Actress again. If you like fast-paced 2D fighters, like just tons of like opportunities for big crazy combos and things, fast gameplay, you'll like those Melty Blood games. Anyway, fun times looking at PS2 games. Don't you think so? Don't you agree? Good stuff. Yakamega Shock! Goodbye, everybody.